Hi, I'm Luke. Today on Out of Darts, we are going to do a little spotlight on another creator in our hobby and a fellow business owner, Silverfox Industries. We're going to check out this TalonClaw, see how it performs, and talk about the process of having him build this for me. Let's get going. I have been a huge fan of Captain Slug for quite a while. He was a huge inspiration in getting into this hobby myself. This is the very first Caliburn that I bought from him when I was writing the book. Captain Slug has a legacy in this hobby unlike any other, with very few exceptions. I also own a TalonClaw. This one was made by Toxic Crow. But more recently, I talked to my buddy Ryan over at Silverfox Industries, and he built me this beautiful Gen 3 or V3 TalonClaw. Now, some of you may be asking, why did I not print this myself? Why did I have another creator build it? This was for a couple reasons. First of all, I wanted to spotlight his great little business building these TalonClaws. He pays out licensing to Captain Slug, which I think is fantastic, and he does top-notch work with great attention to detail and beautiful, beautiful prints. I should note that this shirt is also from his shop, so this video, as much as it is a review, is definitely a plug and a recommendation for his store in general. We can't do everything here at Out of Darts. We simply do not have enough space, printers, time, or expertise to do all possible mods. And one of those that we've decided truly not to take on is the TalonClaw and Caliburn platform. Now, one of the reasons we don't do this is there's a huge range of hardware and parts and a lot of 3D printing involved in building one of these beautiful blasters. So I thought I'd bring in an expert, which was Ryan, to build this blaster for me. Now, I did not purchase this, but this was part of a trade. We are trading a proton pack setup for this blaster. I'm not sure who got the better deal, but personally, I kind of feel like it's me after watching him build this. He is a wizard putting this together. He came to my shop and actually built this in my garage, so I got to shoot this little time lapse of him in process, which was very cool. This blaster is very special. It includes some of my favorite filaments, such as Galaxy Black from Prusa. The accents are orange Hatchbox and some others, but I am ultimately going to replace the trigger and sear mechanism with the TalonClaw Tooth and Nail Mini from Drac. Despite being a shop that carries Tooth and Nail, I literally don't have any in stock to put in my own blaster. So these orange triggers and the sear will be replaced with a Tooth and Nail Mini when Drac gets time to build some more and bring them to me. The rest of the filament on this blaster is a really special filament. It is a color-changing filament. I would call it like a tri-blend or a tri-filament, where as the print goes around, the color changes because there are literally three, if each of my fingers here is a different color filament, they are blending these together in a single core so that when those extrude and it goes around, you get a color change. So as the blaster turns around, you can see the actual color change. On the bottom, from this angle, we've sort of got purple, which you can see kind of nicely here and here. And as we come around, we get more and more blue. And then as we get to the top, we get kind of a blue-green until we get to the other side where we get a metallic green. And I just love the effect of this. I'm really happy to have a current gen TalonClaw, and I really think it's a neat, neat piece. Ryan does really top-tier work. He's got a lot of options that you can choose from on his website, and I highly recommend him for getting a TalonClaw made. This blaster fires about 200 feet per second, and that's with this custom blue spring made by Silverfox Industries. This is a K25 variant, but it's closed on both ends, and they've had them colorized and coated, which is pretty cool because I'm generally not a fan of colored and coated springs. However, the TalonClaw is one exception. Because you are getting to see that spring, it makes a lot more sense to have cool colors. And these were some rejects, just for examples. These are actually the wrong frequency coil, but you get a kind of feel for different colors that you could put in your blaster. So those are also available on their site, and I think that's a really nice offering because they've kind of got a full system end-to-end for this blaster. This blaster shoots over 200 FPS with one of those springs, so clearly I will need to also work on some lower powered springs to go along with it to accommodate the wider range of gameplay once we finally get back to games. Most of the games I go to, we play a 150 cap and then we'll play some rounds at 200 or 250 depending on the day and the attendance. But generally that 150 cap is good for all games, so I will probably tune a spring for that. I will tune a spring for HVZ, and then maybe tune one way up there at 250 if I can get it there. The blaster operates very smoothly, hits very hard, and we put it through our paces the other day. One of my employees happens to live across the street from me, and his bedroom window is literally on the front of the house, so I couldn't resist popping off a few shots. And I did eventually give him a blaster, and we had a little distance battle across the neighborhood. Makes me realize how much I'm missing the games. I'm sure you're all feeling the same. I hope you're all staying home safe. I can't wait to get back out there and play. I think in 2021, we're really gonna have to make it up and have more games and get out as much as possible because I am missing it dearly. These blasters are also available to print your own, so if you haven't checked out Captain Slug's files, he is an absolute maniac when it comes to designing, iterating, improving, and making many, many versions of a product. He's got a rival version, a standard dart version, a mega version, and then a huge range of additional add-ons and components. Some nice touches that Silverfox did here is they've got their cool little logo right in the back. They've got the Captain Slug still here, of course, because we've got to represent him, and then the Silverfox logo here. And this printing is just beautiful. It's as good as anything that has ever come out of my shop. It's on the same printers, of course, so that comes to be expected, but Ryan does a great job maintaining and building them. I thought it was a really great opportunity to not only do a trade and get a cool blaster, but then get to watch a professional like Ryan build the blaster from start to finish, because he can build one of these in probably about a fifth the time it would have taken me to actually clunk through making the blaster. But I will have links in the description both to his shop, the blasters themselves, the springs, as well as Captain Slug if you're looking to just download and print your own. I really do think these are an amazing platform, and even though I've got a lot of other blasters like the Dart Zone Pro and the C to S and the Game Face brands Havoc Prime, I still think that there's a big room for the 3D printed blasters because the level of customization that you get here is really above and beyond. Not only in the color, but in the variety of different parts. And then finally, when you do have a problem, it's really easy to replace individual parts, upgrade parts, change out your grip, change out your barrels, and it makes for a really cool platform. Now, I need to get myself a full Talon mag set up, and so one of the things I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go clear. I tend to like the clear magazines. I like to see through my mag and be able to really quickly tell how many I've got in it from a quick glance. So I think I'll swap these ones out for a blue one. So the actual piston head here has a cool feature where you can insert this even without depriming the blaster. This is almost an essential feature for myself because I am just terrible at remembering to deprime, pull out the mag, put it back in. But with this one, unlike others, it's got a tapered middle part, so it allows even the Talon mags to slap right in. Overall, I think this is an amazing blaster. It is second to almost none when it comes to performance, and though the assembly can be a bit finicky, Ryan made it look really, really easy. So thank you again to Ryan of Silverfox Industries and his wife Jessie. They are super cool people, really nice, and good friends of mine, so definitely support them. You can check out their stuff below. I would love to hear your comments on this video and thoughts of who I should do next. Drac is certainly on my list, and I've got a couple others in mind, but ultimately I'd like to do more spotlights on this channel of other 3D printed makers, other designers, and other cool stuff. I've got a couple blasters I paid for that are coming, so those will be in future videos as well. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I'm out of darts.